Cigar comes out, it's like he's already lighting the victory cigar before the competition. I had a chance to play against Michael Jordan, but it was when he had the Wizards uniform on, so it wasn't quite prime Michael Jordan. It was 40-year-old Michael Jordan.
Jordan looks to Laker. Nice pass. Michael Jordan.
I remember he still was a phenomenal athlete. He still had great footwork, and he actually gave me about 30 points.
Jordan over Pierce. He's got it. Michael Jordan equals his season's high, 31.
So it was like my third year in the league, and he was still probably one of the top 10 athletes in the game at the time. Yeah, he trash talked a little bit. You know, I remember him hitting a fadeaway, telling me you can't get to that.
Pierce, defending Jordan. Fall away, he hits. 29 for Jordan.
You know, he really had a rivalry with Antoine Walker, being that Antoine Walker was in Chicago, and you know, these guys played against each other and picked up games in the summer, and you know, him and Antoine Walker really went at each other quite a bit. Antoine, you know, he's one of the best trash talkers that ever played the game, but I think that game he wished he had just not said anything.
Because he was still talking that shit.
Yeah, still talking shit.
Still talking that shit. He was still skilled. It was just health with him. Mm-hmm. And I had to guard them. Gave us 40. I got like 38 out of that shit too. Yeah. He was two dribbling. You know, I ain't played the three in a minute. But Flip like, nah, you the only one that can guard. I'm like, we got two guards on here.
And so we're playing the Wizards, and when I tell you, he torched me in that first quarter. Like literally, he gave me 20 points in the first quarter on the same play. Like he just ran the same play every time and did this, like, you know, and I could not guard him.
And then, you know, it was just word in the gym that he was coming back.
He looked good, P, when y'all played?
Man, he was killing. You know, you have a gym, Meade, Swan, Sean Marion,
right,
Jordan, Ron
Artest.
Artest. You got, man, what?
Yeah.
It was crazy in there.
Good runs.
Man, good runs.
And they be locked down. When you in Chicago, they won't let nobody in that gym.
Yeah.
So it just
you know
be
how
y'all.
them runs was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of knew he was coming back. And so it wasn't no surprise when he came. I was excited because, you know, I was matching up with him in the gym.
Talking that
Man, I wasn't really talking then.
No, I'm saying
he was. Definitely he was. Like,
that's getting some going.
Youngster, watch out,
right.
Watch out.
Kansas.
You know.
Right.
No, Mike. So, but I was loving the fact I had a chance to play against him, and you know that because that was my dream since he retired. So that was cool just to match up with him in an NBA game. When
he came back, bro, I wasn't shocked, but I was like, oh, this gonna make the league. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Mike effect is a real effect. But I thought it was great for the league when he came back, and I thought that he wanted to see where he aligned with some of these younger stars.
And 2001, you signed with the Wizards. What was it like playing with a 40-year-old MJ?
I didn't care if he was 90.
Yeah.
Like, man, come on, man. It was a blessing. When I first saw him, well, when he first called, initially, because he was part of the front office, and I heard his voice, I'm like, man, what? Are you serious? Like MJ calling me? But then just when I first met him, just in awe, man. Like just having a chance to, you know, see Black Jesus in person. Man. I was in awe. And my first year playing with him, man, I didn't know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm throwing to him every time and just go stand or he's like, no, play. Like, but you just get so mesmerized by who he is. I'm about 40. He was 40. He averaged 20 points a game at the age of 40 on one leg because his knee was messed up. And he played 82 games at the age of 40 on one leg and played all 82 games. So, I mean, I just tell you who he is.
Tell you an interesting story about the greatness of Michael Jordan. When I was coaching in Washington, we played the Indiana Pacers, and we were down 25 at the end of the third quarter. And I took Michael out of the game, and I said, look, Michael, I know you think we can still win this game, but we got to play, you know, in 2 nights. And if we make a little run, I'll put you back in the game. Well, we didn't. Well, I found out that after the game was over that he had 8 points in the game, and he broke a streak of like 860-something games in double figures. And so the media was on, you know, how do you think Michael's going to be with this? You know, I said, you know, look, Michael's got championship rings. He's got gold medals. He's got NCAA championships. He's got MVPs. He's not going to care about the 8 points. So he met with the media and agreed. You know, that bus is lonely as a coach when you're sitting there after you've got your head handed to you. So I was sitting on the bus, and actually Michael had hired me. He was the part owner and president GM hired me to be the coach, and then he came back to play. I'll never forget this moment ever as a coach. That this to me was greatness. He got on the bus and he said, "Scoot over." And he looked at me and he said, "Do you think I can still play?" And I said, "Absolutely. That's why I'm here, to be here to help you." He said, "You know, to be my coach, you have to believe in me and believe I can still play." And I said, "Michael, I believe in you." He said, "You did the right thing tonight. You did the right thing tonight. So I don't care about the points, but I needed to know that you believe in me." Fast forward, we get on the plane. He has a few cocktails, smokes a couple cigars, all the things you're not supposed to do. Yeah. We get back about 3:30 in the morning in Washington. At 7:30 that morning, he's down in the fitness room with Tim Grover, working out like you can't believe. Now, he's 41 years old. We play the New Jersey Nets the next night. And Michael scores the first 3 times he has the ball. Byron Scott takes a timeout. And Michael comes over and he says, "I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you." And so that's fine by me. So with 2 minutes to go in the game, he gives me the sign like, "That's enough." I take him out of the game. He walks over to the bench. I said, "Michael, what happened tonight?" He said, "Well, the guy who was guarding me told me his back was hurting. Don't ever tell me you got a problem." He said, I'll make you pay for that." 51 points later. 51 points at age 41. He came back the next game with 46. And he looked at me and he said, "I told you I could still play." 97 points. I mean, Mike, I was absolutely blown away at what this guy could do. His mind, how strong it was. I mean, he's playing on one leg. I mean, he had cut his finger, with doing a cigar. He had his finger was bent. He had a bad knee. The competitive will and great. I've never seen anything like it. But that moment when he looked at me and asked me if I still believed in him, I said, "This is the greatest player to play the game, wanting to know if I still believed in him." It was a moment I would never ever forget.
All right, last one. What were you thinking when it was just you and MJ, 2002, game on the line, and you got the assignment to guard Jordan? Tell us what goes through your mind in that moment.
Man, I'm trying to block his shot. What you talking about, man?
Nah, he was shaking in his boots. That's MJ. Come on now, be real. That's MJ. He was like, "Don't get the game winner on me."
No, listen, I'm D'ing that man up the best way I can. Look, I'm all over that. Hey, man, he just shot that was great defense. He just hit a better offense.
Man, how you let 40-year-old Jordan hit the game winner on you, Matrix? Come on, man.
Dude, I'm not here for the Wizards Jordan slander.
Listen, Paul, you trying to take shots low key, but guess what? He hit someone y'all park for too, so don't even start. So
no, listen,
he got you too.
No, 40-year-old Jordan gave me 38, so I'm not mad.
Thank you. By the way, Sean, during The Last Dance, there was Michael Jordan with the Bulls, and then there was all this Jordan Wizard slander. He was good with the Wizards.
Yeah,
he had a terrible team around him for big sections, but come on, he was still a threat back then. Don't be ashamed he scored on you. Come on, Paul.
He got me. Listen, he got me, so I can't complain.
I mean, he hit the game winner. I mean, he hit the game winner, but he hit the game go ahead basket in the All-Star game, my first All-Star game.
I remember.
But then Kobe got fouled by Jermaine O'Neal at the end. We won the game.
Man.
So
that was a $20,000 fine right there. I remember that. That was a $20,000 fall. We would have won 20 more thousand. We won that game, man. I was pissed.
That All-Star game, when you look around and you think about the guys who were on the court back then, what do you guys? I mean, that was a crew.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, it was a special group of guys on that floor, but Jordan stands out because it was his last one, but Mariah Carey stands out too in that dress.
Yes.